And welcome back to Scissors and Scrubs. I'm Nicole.
I'm Laura.
Okay, Laura, my whole life, could give a shit about most sports. Never watched soccer. Really didn't like soccer.
Yeah.
I can get behind a hockey game, but I have to be at the hockey game because I can't follow the puck on TV. It goes too fast. Mm-hmm. I can watch football if I'm not invested in the game because it stresses me out too much. Mm-hmm. All right. Soccer, I just thought was boring as shit. Into World Cup 2026. Mm-hmm. And the beginning of it, I'm like, oh, the World Cup's here. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not young. The World Cup has happened many times in my lifetime. I've never given it a second thought. Mm-hmm. I am so invested in this.
It's bizarre, really.
Once the Tartan Army showed up to Boston, Nicole got on the bandwagon. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think if they never came, you wouldn't be watching it.
I don't know.
No.
Because a lot of people at work are talking about it, very invested in it. They definitely brought it in. It's the part, because you know how I feel about the Netherlands dance. I want to dance to the left and dance to the right. And I think the Instagram, as my mother would say, the Insta, that has definitely brought out a lot of attention to it. Because now you have all these Europeans coming to the United States saying how much they love it. All of that. I could watch those videos over and over and over. So then I'm like, there's a big party scene around this, which I was unaware of, like a really big party scene around this. And these people, like with their chants and all this bullshit, I'm like, I can get behind this. So I am very invested. As this is being recorded, the United States has failed miserably in their final game. Like so miserably, I was almost embarrassed to watch it.
Everyone should have been.
It was very difficult to watch. And they started so strong. Not that game. They, that last game they were down a man. Mm-hmm. They pulled it out. I was so excited. And then they just fell apart.
It was real bad.
So now I'm backing Norway. And when this comes out, who knows where Norway will be.
You might be backing a different team.
I am rowing. I am rowing to Norway. I am very invested. Okay. And their little man there, Erling, he's bizarre looking. Very bizarre looking. But I love him. Yeah. Okay. So in honor of FIFA World Cup happening in the United States, Mexico, and Canada, we are going to cover soccer, which I know nothing about, but I'm learning. I am learning. I can't call offsides, but I know what offsides is now. Okay. So Laura's going to start with some injuries, and I'm going to finish with some tragedies. Yeah. And that's how it's going to go. Yeah. All right. Take it away.
All right. These are just common soccer injuries that occur, and I got this from sportsfoundation.org. Number 1, ankle sprain.
Shocker.
They occur when the foot rolls, twists, or turns awkwardly, causing the ligaments within the ankle to stretch and or tear. It can range from mild discomfort to severe pain. And if you saw any of these soccer players, they're all in very severe pain.
They're like made of glass.
Very, very severe pain.
I've never seen anything. Brian gets so frozen. Oh, cry about it.
It's unreal.
So mad.
You're like, you literally didn't touch anything. Yeah. What are you crying about? But anyway.
Because, of course, Brian now is an expert. If he was watching nose picking, he would know all the rules.
Well, yeah,
he is now an expert in soccer. And he's like, oh, come on. You're a baby. Like, he starts yelling at them.
It's
like,
when they play the replays, I'm like, you don't feel like an idiot.
Some of it literally is like air. Like,
it's literally,
they didn't even touch them, and they're down, rolling.
I'm like, you don't feel like a moron.
Yeah,
we can all see this. There is replay.
And then
we can all see
the ball keeps going, they look up like a 3-year-old, and they're like, oh, no, nobody's watching. Let me get up.
No, I like when they're still laying there. I'm like, hey.
Well, still laying there means we're looking for a penalty.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah. It's already gone. The game's going. You want to get up and help your team?
No, they're looking to see like a kid. Anybody looking? Anybody looking?
Makes me nuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, so if you do this, if it's, it can be mild to severe, and it can make it difficult to walk or bear weight on the affected foot. Treatment for an ankle sprain: rest, avoid stressing your ankle, apply ice for 15 to 20 minutes every few hours to reduce the swelling and pain, use elastic bandage for compression, and keep your ankle elevated above your heart level to minimize the swelling.
Years ago, Laura, in my other life, before I met my husband, I was dating a kid who had played soccer in college. At the time I was dating him, he is not playing soccer anymore. You could hear that ankle everywhere we went. Yeah. Click, 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 click. I'm like, is that your feet making that sound? He's like, yeah, I got bad ankles. I'm like, oh, dude, you're not going to be walking at 40 if they sound like that now. Holy shit.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Another common injury are hamstring strains, which you can see.
Yep.
They frequently affect the soccer players due to rapid acceleration or sudden stopping while running.
Which they're always doing.
Yep. This injury involves tearing or overstretching the muscles at the back of the thigh, leading to localized swelling, pain, and or bruising. Treatment for hamstring strains. Avoid activities that strain the hamstring.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to pull a hammy.
Yep. Apply ice to reduce the swelling and pain. Wrap the hamstring with a elastic bandage ace wrap for compression. Keep that leg elevated and use over-the-counter pain relievers. And gentle stretching. Begin light stretching once the pain starts to decrease. We can obviously have knee injuries, including ACL, PCL, MCL, LCL injuries.
It's like skiing.
Yeah, and meniscus injuries. Soccer players obviously experience a range of knee injuries to all of those ligaments and meniscus. The injuries can result from collisions, awkward landings, or the twisting movements, and often require extensive rehab and surgery. Prompt diagnosis and treatment are essential to minimize lasting damage to the knee joint. You're going to rest. You're going to avoid stressing your knee. You're going to use RICE, which is rest, ice, compression, and elevation.
I thought you meant like really put like ice in the microwave.
No, that's what they call it in rehab. RICE to reduce the swelling and pain.
I don't know. I haven't been in rehab yet in my ripe old age.
You should probably do RICE. Physical therapy. Therapists are going to teach you different exercises to restore your strength and flexibility. You're probably going to need a brace and tape for additional support. And then you're probably going to need some surgery on your ligaments to put them back together so you can use your knee properly. You're going to get some groin
knees
pulls.
Are overrated. A groin pull. Nothing like a good groin pull.
That happens when soccer players overstretch or tear the muscles of the inner thigh. The injury can lead to sharp pain, swelling, and difficulty moving the affected leg.
Yeah, I can see that.
Again, we're going to use some RICE. So that's rest,
Not
ice.
in the microwave. We're going to.
Nope. Rest, ice, compression, elevation. And
how do you elevate the groin? Are we doing bridges?
That side, like your hip up.
All right.
I guess. Gradual return to activity and strengthening exercises are key to preventing groin pulls from reoccurring.
Oh, the groin pull.
Plantar fasciitis is also something that soccer players can get.
Intimately
It's extremely
aware of.
Painful.
It was one of the worst moments of my life.
Yeah. So you're going to have to avoid activities that worsen the pain, like running or jumping on hard surfaces. You need to rest. You can do gentle stretching with like a foam roller. Use ibuprofen or acetaminophen to ease the pain and inflammation. You're going to have custom inserts made to provide support
and shots, some cortisone shots.
Reduce the pressure on the plantar fascia. There are night splints. You can wear them while you're sleeping to help stretch the plantar fascia, but plantar fasciitis is extremely painful and takes a long time to ease. You can have a calf strain. Calf strains occur when soccer players overstretch or tear the muscles in the back of the lower leg. This can lead to sudden swelling, pain, and difficulty walking or running. You're going to RICE it again. Rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Rice.
You're going to use over-the-counter pain relievers and, again, gentle stretching. So none of these are like earth-shattering unless you like tear your ACL or MCL and you need surgery. You can have a stress fracture. There's small cracks in the bone and they're typically caused by repetitive force overuse such as frequent running and jumping in soccer. These injuries may cause persistent pain.
Jump up for that ball.
Yeah, that worsen during activities and improves with rest. So if you're all of a sudden like your shin is killing you when you're running around and jumping, but then once you sit down, it feels a little better. It could be a stress fracture. Athletes may need to temporarily modify their activities or even wear a protective boot to ensure proper healing and prevent further damage. The treatment for this?
RICE.
RICE.
RICE it, baby. RICE it.
Physical therapy. You're going to need to be able to strengthen the muscles and improve the bone density in the bone and use over-the-counter or prescription pain relievers to manage the pain and inflammation. And then concussions.
Oh, you can see that because they're always colliding and shit.
And they hit the ball off their head. They're traumatic. Concussions are traumatic brain injuries that can occur due to direct blows to the head, causing symptoms like dizziness, headache, confusion, memory loss, and balance problems. Soccer players should immediately stop playing and seek medical attention following a suspected concussion. Proper rest and a gradual return to activity under health professionals' guidance are essential for healing. So to treat concussions, you're going to rest. avoid any activities that can worsen the concussion. You're going to cognitively rest, which means limit mental exertion, including reading, TV, and video games.
I do that on a daily basis.
No, you cannot scroll through your phone with a concussion.
Scroll through my phone. I watch stupid shit.
You can't do that. You have to rest. Gradual return to activity. You have to slowly resume physical and mental activities as symptoms improve, and you have to be monitored and follow your doctor's advice for your recovery. Collisions with soccer players can experience various injuries from collisions with other players, leading to bruises, strains, fractures, or dislocations. Immediate evaluation and proper medical treatment are critical for helping athletes recover. Protective gear such as shin guards and mouth guards can help to reduce injury from collisions. If you have a collision, you're going to have to rest and ice and
rice,
everything that is hurt. And then you can get patellofemoral pain syndrome, which is runner's knee.
Runner's knee.
Yep. It involves.
Like, do you get runner's knee?
Yes, you do. It involves pain around the kneecap and is a common overuse injury among soccer players. Athletes may feel discomfort during running, squatting, or climbing stairs.
Do you feel that? No. Interesting.
Remember when you had to tape up your knee all the time, and you had knee all the time, and no, it was definitely you had it
for protection on my knee.
Okay. Maybe that's my problem going upstairs with my knees. I have, because I'm so athletic.
You have runner's knee.
I have runner's knee.
Mm-hmm.
You know how athletic I am.
To treat runner's knee, you're going to have to avoid activities that worsen the pain, like running and jumping.
Avoid running? Okay.
Yeah. Apply that ice to the front of your knee 15 to 20 minutes several times a day. Use ibuprofen and acetaminophen to help reduce pain and inflammation.
And rice it, baby.
You're going to have to go to physical therapy to get some exercises and stretches that can improve the alignment and strengthen the muscles in your knee.
Rice, baby.
And a knee brace or tape may help stabilize the patella and help that knee. You could get a foot fracture.
Oh my goodness.
If you play soccer.
There's a lot of injuries with soccer, as they all show us every day.
Oh, God. Foot fractures are very common in soccer due to the forceful impact when you're kicking the ball and the twisting motions inherent in the sport. These broken bones may lead to pain, swelling, and difficulty walking. Immediate medical attention and immobilization of the affected area are critical to promote proper healing, followed by physical therapy to regain strength and mobility. You're going to be casted with that one.
Well, I would think it's a fracture.
You can get iliotibial band syndrome.
Oh, no, not iliotibial.
You might have this too, Mike. It's a common overuse injury among soccer players, causing pain on the outside of the knee. This condition results from irritation and inflammation of the iliotibial band, which is a thick band of fibrous tissue that runs from the hip to the shin.
From the hip to the shin, iliotibial.
Yeah. Right. You're going to have to rest, avoid activities that make it worse, apply that ice, use pain relievers. You need physical therapy for this to help stretch so you can improve the hip and knee alignment. Mm-hmm. And foam rolling is really good for iliotibial.
You gotta love the foam roller.
Band. You massage the iliotibial band with a foam roller all the way from the hip down to reduce the tension and enhance flexibility.
That would hurt, though.
Oh, it's going to kill. That would kill. Yeah. Achilles tendon rupture.
That would kill a ton.
Yeah, it's a severe injury. It's typically caused by forceful jumping or a sudden acceleration where the tendon at the back of the ankle tears and snaps.
It's like a massive injury, too.
Oh, it's a huge... You're out for a year.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be immobilized. They'll use a caster splint to stabilize the injured leg. You're going to need surgery to repair that torn tendon.
Yep.
And then a lot of physical therapy to help gain back strength and flexibility.
And you may never be the same again after that.
Our dad, Jason Tatum, ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah, he was out a year.
Yeah, came back before the year. And looked great.
Because he has money.
And like all the athletic trainers and everybody else. You can have a meniscal tear. Meniscal tears are very common knee injuries in soccer players where the cartilage that acts as a shock absorber between the thigh bone and the shin bone is badly damaged. This causes pain, swelling, and limited range of motion in the knee. You're going to need rest and a lot of rehab. For mild to moderate tears, you're going to use rice.
Not the rice again.
Physical therapy. And then for severe tears, you're going to need arthroscopic surgery to repair and remove the damaged meniscus. You can get kneecap bursitis.
Ew. It's
the inflammation of the bursa, which is the small fluid sac that cushions the kneecap, causes pain, swelling, and stiffness in the front of the knee. This condition results from repetitive nailing or direct trauma to the knee. You're going to rice it, and you're going to physical therapy it. You can have wrist fractures. I broke both my wrists playing soccer.
Well, I guess falling, right?
Yep.
Because I was like, they don't use their hands.
Falls. And I mean, you could have a ball kicked into your arm.
Right, but they're falling all the time.
But you fall all the time. That's how I broke them. There was a ditch in the soccer field and I was running backwards. Went right into it. Broke them.
Oof.
Signs of a fractured wrist include pain, swelling, and difficult moving the hand or the wrist. You will be casted for a wrist fracture.
Imagine
you can have
bilateral. Like, how are you going to do anything?
One, I needed a cast on my left, my right, they'd let go, but it was bad. A clavicle fracture can be a result from a fall on the shoulder or a direct pull over the
down
collar.
like stiff armed.
Yeah. This is extremely painful, difficulty moving the affected arm. You're going to have swelling. You're going to use a sling or a figure 8 bandage to stabilize the broken bone. You're going to need surgery probably to fix the bone, especially if it's displaced. There's other complications from it. And once you heal, you're going to need physical therapy. And those are the most common. I'm sure
there's others, but that is good. Well, I went in a completely different direction.
Yes, you did.
Here. So, growing up, the only thing I ever remember from the World Cup is one of the stadiums collapsing.
Yes.
So, I went into the rabbit hole and then found out, and of course, I put in like soccer tragedies. Well, didn't I get a fucking laundry list? All right, so.
I mean, all those Wild fans jumping up and down.
Well, and there's hundreds of thousands of these fans jumping up and down. Okay, so we're going to start with, and I'm not going to pronounce it right, the Maracana, the Macadamia, the something stadium in Brazil. It's in Rio de Janeiro, and it's like iconic. It has the world record for holding over 200,000 people for the 1950 World Cup.
Oh my goodness. That's
how old this stadium is.
A ton of people.
Yes, that's how old the stadium is. It has hosted the city's biggest soccer matches, soccer cup finals, rock concerts, and Catholic masses.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of Catholics down there, apparently.
200,000?
Yeah. The stadium's shaped like a bowl, and it creates an immensely powerful experience. And it really gets into the stadium, and it's how iconic it is. And as it goes up, the seats, it allowed poorer people to go in because people who are from Brazil know Brazil has a significant poor population. But for the people of Rio de Janeiro, it was the sacred temple of soccer. Mm-hmm. July 19th, 1992. It is the finals, I'm going to pronounce these all wrong, of the Campeonato Brasileiro Sierra between Flamengo and Botafogo. Mm-hmm. The stands are packed. With the stadium, there's about 60,000 people in them. Because it's an old stadium, there are sections closed, blah, blah, blah. Game is 2-2. And the Flamingos are about to cinch the title when the railing on the upper balcony gives way and all of the people fall to the level below, which you would think many died. They did not many die. 50 people were injured. 3 died. But when you look at the video, they just start pouring over the edge of the balcony. That's literally like, I'm in the garden. And we're up in the like nosebleed seats. I'm terrified. I'm like, if you're drunk, you're going to end up on the stage.
Stumble.
You're going to stumble down. Stories. All right. So November 25th, 2007. This is the one I was thinking of, but the video of the other one's the one I remembered. At Fonte Nova Stadium in Salvador, Brazil. It's a match between Bahia and Bahia Nova. Again, 60,000 fans are packed into the stadium to celebrate the home team's advancement to the new league. On the highest tier of the stadium, a large hole opens up under the cement, and it plunges several fans, several stories to their death, because it is the highest part of the stadium. 7 people die.
Oh my God.
The people below are rushing the field because they've won. They have no idea what's going up. All these stories above them. So they don't know what happened. This stadium is also built in 1951. And it is closed.
Thank God.
So again, I'm going through rabbit holes. I actually want to talk about that one last. Let's see. May 11th, 1985. These came from scoreboards.net. The Valley Parade Stadium in Bradford, England is playing Lincoln City. Mm-hmm. A fire under the wooden structure begins. Ooh. It is believed to be caused by a lit cigarette that's discarded onto the stands underneath, where there is a 20-year rubbish pile.
Oh. That must have smelled excellent.
56 people were killed, 450 injured. Must have smelled like exactly. How do you not clean under the stadium
For 20 years.
For 20 years. Okay, March 9th, 1946, Manchester, England. The wall of the Burton Park Stadium collapses onto spectators, causing a stampede that kills 33 people.
Ugh.
400 more injured. They are believed that outside that wall, the stadium crowd is trying to get in to see the game. 20,000 people pushing on that wall collapsed it, killing 33 people and 400 more injured. Now this one was huge, and I've never heard of it, and I can't believe I didn't hear of it because it is actually the biggest disaster of England. Not obviously not natural disaster.
Yeah.
Maybe I forgot how they worded it, but it was like the biggest thing England's seen. It's 1989, the Hillsborough Stadium disaster. April 15th, 1989, the FA Cup semifinals, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but it did. Nottingham Forest. I'm sorry, I got to go back to my pages here. Okay. Huge crowds for the game. It is described as carnival atmosphere and a boisterous but jovial atmosphere. As kickoff approaches, a large crowd is gathered at the turnstiles of Lepping Lane. So outside of the stadium is a tunnel that goes into the stadium. It is going to lead to standing room only seats. And the stadium is packed. So there is an urgent request, because the crowd is building up outside, to relieve the crowd pressure outside. So Superintendent David Duckenfield, he gives the order to open the exit gates. And 2,000 Liverpool fans enter the tunnel, and they're entering, but there's no place to go. So it quickly backs up. This causes 96 men, women, and children to be crushed to death, and hundreds more injured, and the oldest is 67, youngest being 10. Multiple injured. David Duchenfield, he starts talking to the media immediately, and he tells them that the Liverpool fans forced the gates open. The media tells them that the drunk and ticketless were the caused this problem, and that they were also urinating on the cops and causing problems. And they're like, none of that was true. They're also saying that they were pickpocketing the dead bodies.
Oh my gosh.
So this obviously becomes a huge investigation. January of 1990, an official inquiry determines that the failure to close off the tunnel was a blunder of the first magnitude. And they determined that David Duckenfeld failed to take control of all of this. The commission determines that there should be no more standing room at football stadiums ever again. November of 1991, David Duckenfield, after 2 years of suspension, is medically retired. So he's been suspended since the incident. Now he gets medically retired. March of 1993, Tony Bland, this poor guy who was left severely brain damaged after being crushed, was left in a vegetative state. He is finally allowed to be removed, a court order to remove him from life support. He was 18 at the time of the incident. He's 22 when he dies. And it goes on with many stories of these people, the families trying to get justice, going back and forth to court. In 2019, November, that's how long, so that's not that long ago, they tried David Duckenfield for manslaughter. That's how long it took to get him out there. He had been found guilty in one trial, and then they took it back, and he was found not guilty in another trial. But that went down as one of England's worst disasters. But that is how, like, wild these soccer fans get. They crushed to death. There was another one, but it went like too far back because there was some, I think, in like 1901. That's how, I mean, soccer in Europe has been huge. And like 50 people died. These stadiums, I never like to be in crowds for this reason.
Yeah.
It stresses me out, but these people lose their shit. So where is the World Cup finals? Is that like United States, Canada, or Mexico? Do we know? Because that's going to be wild, depending on like it's just going to be wild. Whoever wins.
Yeah.
At the time we're recording this, we clearly haven't gotten there, but this is going to come out after the World Cup has been won.
Yeah. I mean, yes, but I think because it's not there, their fans are less.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's bandwagon fans here, and
and
but
the host
it's not,
countries are all out.
Right. It's not like wild, like when you're in England and the two English teams are playing each
Yeah,
other.
but the thing is, though, like, are they coming back because nobody knows who's going to be in the, you know what I mean? So those
I'm
tickets
sure
haven't
people
even gone on
will, but I
sale
don't
yet.
think it will. I don't think it's the same as like when you're in these,
Right.
when Nottingham Forest is playing Liverpool. You know, like
Yeah.
you all live there. You're all
Backs,
like,
yeah.
you back your team so much. Like those people are nuts about
like
their teams.
somebody was telling me in Brazil, you can't even wear a different teams in certain parts of Brazil. They'll kill you.
They're like diehard. Like
these are diehard people. We're bandwagoners. I think you might see after this World Cup, the United States maybe look at it a little better. But I don't know. People are paying more attention than they ever have.
I think it's the social media.
100%.
I really think it's the social
100%.
media.
But that's not changing. I got my t-shirts, so I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. This is a short and sweet, but enjoy the games. They're probably over by now. And if your team won, I love it. I know. I can't wait. Listen, it's summertime. You guys are all being lazy. Write in some emails. Tell them what's going on. We miss everybody. I know the last couple of episodes were rough with the sound, so we apologize about that. I think it's fixed in the last 2 episodes. Send us your ideas. Send us your stories. We'd love to hear from everybody. Enjoy the summer. We'll talk to you later on.
Bye.
Bye.